Pedie Perez, according to all the witnesses, had his hands in the air and surrendering position, and 2 of the witnesses said he pleaded for the cops not to shoot him. So this is straight up murder, okay? There's no gray area here, and any true justice system would investigate this, would talk to the same witnesses that we have, and would get to the bottom of this one and issue some justice and some repercussions for this police murder. So we're not going away. We're out here organizing. We know that the city council right now is going to have a closed session tonight to decide what to do about this. They're talking about us, what we're talking about out here. Okay, we've been keeping the pressure on them. So they're going to be talking about this in closed session, but we were out here to put the pressure on them, keep their feet to the fire, like these politicians. We keep these politicians' feet to the fire, even the progressive ones. Okay, say that they're on our side, but we want to see action. We heard a lot of crocodile tears. Like, I mean, we want to see some action. We want to see some justice out of the city council. So that's why we're out here tonight. We encourage everybody to get a pink slip. We want to flood the public comment section of the. Jake's got the pink slip here. We want to flood the public comment section and keep the heat on these politicians and let them know that this is an issue that's not going to go away, and we're going to be out here organizing. So we have a couple of people here. First, that we want to speak to. You give us points. Everybody signs up a pink slip. We'll get 2 minutes or a minute and a half to speak to the city council at the beginning of the meeting. So that's why we want everybody to sign a pink slip and get it in there. We want them to hear the voice of the people. So Gerald wants to say a few things here, and then we're going to have Rick or Julie talk, and then Jack Heyman. We want Jack Heyman to say. Jack Heyman's here. We're longshoremen.
Yeah, where is he?
There he is, right there. Okay. So, all right. Well, Jack, let's start with you. Okay. Since you're here, I want to introduce Jack Heyman. Okay, we brought out the heavy hitters tonight. Jack Heyman was a long-time activist and leader in the Longshoremen's Union, who has been instrumental in bringing workers, longshoremen out on strike for numerous causes, for political prisoners, for Oscar Grant Committee, for the Oscar Grant, and so we're very honored to have Jack here tonight, and with him, we know he's speaking for the voice of the longshoremen. So Jack, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here tonight because I'm angry about what's going on in this country, where young kids, particularly black and white, Latino, are being killed by police, and almost invariably they're unarmed, like Pedie Perez. He didn't have a knife, he didn't have a gun, he had no weapon on him, and yet he was killed. I just saw the video that's up on the Pedie Perez website, and I wish everybody here would take a look. And somebody's got to pay for this crime, because here's an unarmed young man who was killed by the police. He comes stumbling into the market and falls down on the floor, and in 10 seconds his life is taken from him. And something's got to be done about it. The Longshore Union in San Francisco, we also work in Oakland mostly, and once in a while out here in Richmond. But I'm here tonight to let the city council know that crimes like this will not go unpunished. We intend to do what we did around the Oscar Grant situation, where a young black man was killed on the BART station at Fruitvale. They made a movie about it, actually. And we shut down all the ports in the Bay Area, including this one right here in Richmond, to demand justice for the Grant family. And I think that's what's going to happen, not only for Pedie Perez, but for Jeremiah Moore, another member of Local 10, whose son was killed by the police in Vallejo this time. It's happening around the country. It's got to come to a stop. And I'm here to let the city council know that on May 1st of this year, May Day, we are appealing to all longshore unions, not only on the West Coast, but in the Gulf and on the East Coast ports, to shut down every port in this country, to let the powers that be know that this criminal action by police has got to stop.
Woo! Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Jack. Jack Heyman. Rick Perez, would you like to come and say a few words and give us some talking points here for tonight's intervention?
Yeah, I just am appalled by the way the police investigate the police and how they are. They always come out to the same conclusion that their officer did no wrong, and we're seeing it too often in the nation that They clear themselves of all wrongdoing every time without looking at any of the evidence. We have evidence that shows that Pedie wasn't an aggressor in any way whatsoever, was not armed and stuff, and they just they ignore it. They just go. Mark Peterson doesn't. The district attorney of Contra Costa County doesn't pursue it, and also Kamala Harris doesn't pursue it because she is trying to get elected into the Senate, and she doesn't want. She wants that valuable police officer's endorsement. These police officers got to quit being political. They got a job to do, and I'm not saying it's an easy job, but they need to do it professionally, just like the rest of us. There's how many people do you know that go out and cost a city or an employer millions of dollars that are still on the job? It just doesn't happen. And yet these guys got the backing of their policemen's union and the district attorneys and everything, and it's just not right. And it's, like I say, it's going on too often in this nation right now. And thank God for videotapes and all these kids out there with their video cameras and stuff that are just logging all this stuff and bringing it out to the open. And that's what we're trying to do here with Pedie's situation, is bring it out in the open and get a real investigation, and not one done by the powers that be that are protecting themselves. So I could go on and on about it, but it's just flat out wrong. It's not real justice. And these police are just covering their own tails, and it's not right. And the city, everybody, the city is. It's a shame that the mayor, Tom Butts, looks at this as a financial situation and not
Question justice.
not look at it from the citizens of the city of Richmond point of view. You're supposed to be mayor for the people, by the people, not for the financial. You're supposed to watch that, and everybody's supposed to watch that. But an ounce of cure is worth, a pound of cure is worth an ounce of prevention, or whatever you call it. I said it backwards, but
we know what you mean.
Yeah, it's they need to train the police officers more, make them learn their lessons, because I know they train them. They won't let us carry guns around because they don't want us making irrational decisions and shooting somebody.
Exactly.
They want the guns in the trunk and the ammo in the glove compartment. Well, these police are doing the same. They're human. They do the same thing that people do when they get confronted. So
There is no one else.
in Europe, they make the police carry the guns in the car. So, the new police chief here in the city of Richmond went to Scotland to learn some of the European ways of policing, and I hope he saw that part right there, where we don't need the police, the patrol officers to be carrying around weapons and getting loose with them. We got SWAT teams. We got people with the big guns.
Does anybody have a pink slip they want to turn in now before the meeting?
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Thank you, Rick. Thank you very much. Okay.
All right.
Next, we're going to have Gerald Sanders. Gerald's going to tell us a little background about the Richmond Police Commission and how they've kind of got one foot in and are being blocked. So give us some background about that so we can be articulate tonight.
Okay, when we were, calling the press, because we want the press to pay attention to this case. Here's what they said. They said, well, look, we've covered this already, they said. What's new? Well, there's nothing that is particularly brand new, but the struggle is intensifying. It's getting rawer and nastier as we proceed, and I would like to explain why. What we have here is a situation where the government has been caught flat out lying. Now, how do I know this? Why would I say something about my own government so dastardly? Well, here's what happened. When we met the Perez family, back a while, we went and we did not know what happened, so we actually...
Gerald, can you talk about the police commission and
I
the
am.
vote?
I
Okay,
am.
you can't wind on too long.
All right, I'm gonna get to that, but here's what's important, is that we have the facts. That's what matters. It's not, well, we do love the Perez family, but that ain't the only reason that we're here. We actually pursued the truth and found it. We have 4 witnesses and a videotape. Please go to our website, Oscar Grant Committee. Look at the website and judge, see for yourself. You don't have to just accept anybody's word. You can see for yourself. Now, what then happened was different here. I worked in Cop Watch for 20 years. Berkeley Cop Watch, which now has become all the fame. You know, people see the cameras all around the country. But understand this, we are part of a national movement. It's not just here. It's not just here. Look at Chicago, please. Minneapolis, New York, everywhere you look. Policemen are murdering citizens and what? And lying about it.
3 minutes to finish up.
Okay, and lying about it. That's the key. Lying about it is the key. We know about the situation in Charlotte, South Carolina. Cop says the guy went to get a piece or try to take something from him. We got the film. What happened? He lied. Chicago, he lied. We know they lie regularly. So what happened? Here in our situation, we tried to go to the police commission. You know, why not? They have a police commission. Let's utilize it. We went to the police commission, and what happened? Well, to be really honest with you, the vote was 4-2 to reopen this investigation for Pedie Perez. Anybody that pays any attention to what's going on, reads the press, looks at the website, looks at the tape, can see that Wallace Jensen is lying when he says Pedie tried to take his gun.
Right, right,
Everybody knows that.
right.
Now, what do you do when your government is lying? The DA, this is called, in my part of town, we call it a cold hookup. Everywhere you turn looking for justice, they lying. They lying, and they lying together. And they're denying the Perez family any real justice. So all of a sudden we get in contact with a police commissioner himself after they voted 4-2 to have this investigation, to reopen it. The city attorney nullified that. Now how? I don't even understand how that's possible. Now they're scrambling and they're trying to rewrite the law for the police commission. But let's understand that's not that. What matters to us is the support that we have received from the people of Richmond. Thank you so much, and thank you all for coming out here tonight. But get this, they've been caught lying. That's why we have to stay on this, because we got them. Don't let go. We got them. We proved that they were lying. If you go and look at the video, the witnesses are actually talking. We have newspaper articles where the witnesses explain. The police came up to them and said, all right, what happened? They said, did he try to take your gun? They said, no. He did not. He did not.
You, Gerald.
Well, hold on a minute. Let me just finish my sentence.
Okay.
He did not try to take the gun. But then somehow in the police report, it says that Pedie tried to take the gun. And that's what the media uses, you know? So no.
All right, thank you, Gerald. Now, the things we want to make a point here is that the so-called police commission had a rule that if you don't report, within 45 days, if you don't report, they can't investigate. But everybody knows that murder is a crime with no statute of limitations.
Right.
Okay? If you commit a murder, 20 years from now, the police will investigate you and send you to jail. But they try to say, oh, after 45 days, there's a statute of limitation. The police want special rights to be immune from their actions. Okay? So, but anyway, this police commission, because we protested, said, well, no, we're going to have a vote. And they had a vote to open the investigation anyway. And the majority voted to open the investigation, and the city attorney said, that's not good enough. Even majority vote is not good enough to get an investigation. So we're saying the city council has to fire that city attorney. The city attorney that blocks justice and blocks an investigation into a murder needs to be fired. Okay? So that's one of the things we need to say tonight when we get in there. Okay, so
We want to emphasize independent.
we want an independent investigation. That means the police are not independent. A former policeman does not investigate. That's the fox guarding the chicken coop. We want community lawyers. We want people the community trust to conduct an investigation. We want an independent investigation, and they're getting them in other parts of the country, and we want them here. And we're not stopping, and we're not getting quiet, and we're not settling down until we get one. So now it's time for us to go inside, get our seats, and be ready to say that when our minute and a half or our 2 minutes come up. Because it's getting time now, they're going to start the meeting. So I thank everybody for coming out. Come on in with us, put your picket signs in the basket, and then we'll go on inside and let them feel us.